Hey, what's going on, everybody? Corn Okeefe here, and as the title implies, I'm bringing you the Q&A, but part 1. You see, there's enough questions to divide this Q&A into two separate parts, so you're getting one part today or tonight, wherever you might be, and then a week from today, you're going to get the second part. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the question answering to you. Alright. First questions are coming from Aiden Kerr. Question number 1. What is your personal favorite episode of EIB? I'm guessing you mean Epic Island Battle, my series. My personal favorite to this day is probably Hiei versus Tien. Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho versus Tien from early Dragon Ball. Definitely my personal favorite. Question number 2 from Aiden Kerr. Question number 2 is, what is a matchup you really want to do but can't? Well, you see, the Order of the Phoenix versus the Jedi Order. I want to do a 4-on-4. The Jedi Order from Star Wars versus 4 members from the Order of the Phoenix from Harry Potter. I think that'd be pretty incredible. Been putting a lot of thought into it, but unfortunately I can't do it right now, so that is one. Question number 3. What do you think of Dragon Ball FighterZ? Well, not bad at all. I'm actually pretty decent fan of the game. Not too big on it. It's not bad, like I said, but it's okay for sure. It's definitely 6 stars out of 10 for sure. Moving down the line, folks, to the next questions. These next questions are coming from Combo Breaker. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite episode from your show? Meaning my show, I guess. So, as I said a minute ago, it had to be Tien from the original Dragon Ball versus Hiei, my boy from Yu Yu Hakusho. Question number 2. What's your favorite episode of someone else's versus show? Well, my favorite episode of Universes, which is Leopoldo Bray's versus show, would probably have to be Sora versus Dante, but it's pretty close to Piccolo versus Boros, but I'd probably have to go with Sora versus Dante for sure. Next question from Combo Breaker. Who do I think wins between Planet of the Apes versus the Terminators? Well, folks, I'm going to have to go with the Terminators on this one, with mid to maybe high difficulty, with the apes given the Terminators difficulty. So the next question from Combo Breaker. Do I have any cool matchups for Spider-Man? Actually, I did a matchup recently, Spider-Man versus the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Not too sure if I have any future matchups planned, but I'll be sure to release a video if I ever do. Final question from Combo Breaker. Who do I think is the most dangerous fictional character? And you say personally you think the Flash is. Well, potentially I might have to agree with you. Barry Allen potentially could be the most dangerous character. I mean, there's all kinds of characters that could snap him, but I could say potentially with his skill and what he can actually bring to the table, he potentially could be the most dangerous fictional character, to an extent at least. So yeah. Now, moving on down the line, folks. Next question comes from Keyblade Shadow. Do I disagree with any fiction force? By fiction force, you must mean your show, my friend. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, I'm thinking you're talking about Fiction Force as in your show. So I do have to disagree with Akuma versus Scorpion. I do feel like Akuma would actually end up dominating Scorpion at the end of the day. And actually, as of now, disagree with Gon versus Steven Universe. I used to think Gon did beat Steven, but recently I think otherwise. Now, moving on down the line. Next question comes from Pro234. What is your current favorite Versus show? Well, as of right now, I would have to say Versus Verdict edges out as my favorite Versus show. As of right now, it does edge out as number 1 favorite Versus show. What do I think of current CFC, as in Cartoon Fight Club, I'm guessing? Well, it is entertaining. It's entertaining, you know, it gives you a good laugh here and there. I'll say that. These next questions are coming from Z-Dog S. Question number 1 from Z-Dog S. What are your favorite Versus shows? Well, you weren't really specific on the top 5 or 10, so I'll give you my top 5, or actually my top 3. My top 3 as of right now: Versus Verdict, Rewind Rumble, and I'm going to have to say Universes for number 3, folks. Next question from the Z-Dog S. Most wanted episode from any Versus show. Well, that's a tough one, folks. I mean, that's actually a tough question. I guess I would have to say at this moment in time, Mr. Incredible versus The Tick. Yeah, Mr. Incredible versus The Tick. All right, next question from Z-Dog S. Any tips for anybody wanting to start a Versus show? Well, positivity, solid research, just look at things thoroughly, look on the screen good, read panels. Don't be afraid to ask certain people for help if you need a little assistance here and there, but, keep your head up, stay positive, do solid research, and, learn basic editing. You'll be fine. If you want to really do this, you can do it, for real. Final questions for part 1 of Okeefe's Q&A. Like I said, next week I'll be bringing you part 2. But the final questions are coming from Apex Predator on part 1. First question is, what is your least favorite fictional characters collide? Well, I don't have a huge least favorite, but I guess if I had to choose, I don't really dislike it, but if I had to really choose, I would have to say Hirudegan versus Godzilla. Next question's from Apex Predator. Do you think memes have calculable feats? Maybe some to an extent, but iffy at best. A lot of them are iffy at best. Final question from Apex Predator. Do you think you will still be doing YouTube in the future? And yeah, I plan on doing it for a while. It's something fun. I'm gonna work my way up. I work and stuff, part-time job, so this is just something cool to do on the side. It's really fun. Get to know people, help other people, channels out and stuff like that, and give them shout outs and do all different kind of content. I plan on doing a lot more in the future, so stay tuned for all that. Hope y'all enjoy this part 1 of Okeefe's Q&A for what it actually was. Have a blessed day, guys. Catch you next week for part 2. As always, have a blessed one. Like I said, peace.